afternoon. Welcome to Gather New Haven. This afternoon we are going to be creating a very easy recipe with this week's bounty of vegetables that we have been harvesting at the farm with beans. So it's a very easy and delicious bean and vegetable burger. And this afternoon we are at the Phoenix Press Farm. Look at this gorgeous day that we are having here. And the recipe today is very easy. With the preparation and cooking time altogether, it's going to take about 20 to 25 minutes. So I hope that you enjoy this recipe, and I am ecstatic also to have you invite your children, your preteens, your teens, to make this a family affair. We are resuming with a bean and veggie burger, and we have here garbanzo beans and we have red kidney beans. But it doesn't have to be these particular beans. Anything that you have at home will do. We chose these because they are high in protein and they are very digestible. So, but again, anything that you have at home, pinto beans, white beans, black beans, any kind of beans will do. And the same goes with the vegetables. We have chosen the vegetables that we have here because you will be taking a basket of these wonderful vegetables this week, but anything that you have at home will do. The idea is to incorporate a lot of vegetables in your bean burger. Also, we are going to smash the beans before we incorporate the vegetables. And we prefer to do this instead of using a food processor or a blender. The reason being is because if we use a food processor or a blender, it will liquefy the beans too much, creating too much liquid, and then it's not going to bind so well. If it becomes too liquid, you are going to have to add more of the binding agent. This case is the garbanzo flour, which is delicious, but at the same time, we want to keep it to a minimum. We are using a pastry crusher here for the to crush the beans, but you can, if you don't have this, anything will do at home. If you have a bottle that has been cleaned, go ahead and use it, or a can that you can take the labels off and wash and dry, you can use that as well, or a potato ricer that you might use at home. Anything will do as long as it's nice and clean. This is the ideal consistency for the beans. They're not mashed up, but they are smashed, and it's not really liquid. So this will be great to keep the burger together so it doesn't disintegrate when we are cooking it. And the zucchini, again, we are incorporating both the yellow and the green zucchini that has been grated. And zucchini is wonderful for our bodies as far as nutrition content and fiber, but not so great if we leave it with all the water for the burger. So in order for the burger to hold together, we need to squeeze the water from the zucchini. And the best way to do this is just using a tea towel or a paper towel to squeeze the water out. And Genesis is super strong. She squeezes very well. We are going to incorporate now all the vegetables. We're going to add, so we have about, I'm going to say about 3 cups altogether of the zucchini. This recipe serves 4 to 5 people. And this will be great fun, again, as I noted earlier, to have the entire family involved, to have your children. This is something that they can help you with in the kitchen, to either cut the vegetables or assist you in squeezing the water out of the zucchini, just so this becomes a family affair. For binder, we are using garbanzo flour, which is it's a high protein flour. and it's so much better for us than just, you know, wheat flour. So it works very well with this recipe. So we are adding half of it now. It's about 3/4 of a cup, and we are incorporating the rest of the vegetables. And now we are going to mix all the aromatics, all the spices. And we are going to add half of it now. And the rest of the flour. If you have an egg allergy, what I am going to suggest, what we recommend is that you obviously skip adding the eggs and instead substitute for a little more of the chickpea flour. So increase it by maybe 1/4 of a cup. And that way then you don't take the risk. Also, the alternative is if you still want to incorporate eggs but want to reduce calories, just utilize the egg white. So separate the egg white from the yolk and just use the egg white. Also, obviously, if you're a vegan, then just omit the egg altogether and add chickpea flour or any other kind of flour, preferably non-gluten. This is a non-gluten flour, and I want to show you the chickpea flour that can be purchased in any of the gourmet areas of the supermarkets or at an Asian market, such as like an Indian market. You can purchase this. It's fairly inexpensive, and it's a great binder and a good source of protein. We are going to incorporate about 1 tablespoon of oil, just enough so that the burger will not stick. Very, very little. So if you have sprayed like a Pam type of oil, that's fine. So we're just going to add about 1 tablespoon here, and then we're just going to spread it around. Just enough to avoid that the burgers will stick. That's all we need here. We don't need any more oil. We are adding salt and pepper. Not too much, because sometimes if you're using canned beans, they already salted, so we don't want to use a lot of salt, and this can be adjusted. So salt and pepper to taste, but not too much salt, just so we can stay mindful of high sodium. This burger is going to be full of flavor from the spices, so we don't need a lot of salt. If you have time, you can form patties and refrigerate them for, I want to say, 5 to 10 minutes. And the reason why I suggest that you can refrigerate it is so that it binds, it holds together. It doesn't fall apart when you are during the cooking process. But if time is not on your side, then you can just go ahead, form the patties from here and cook them straight away. And we are going to cook these burgers about 6 minutes per side. We're making a pico de gallo or salsa, any type, any kind of ingredients that you have at home to make a wholesome salsa will do. Today we are going to be adding a little bit of oil, not too much. We are adding fresh lemon juice. You don't have to add lemon juice if you don't have it at home. If you have lime, that's awesome. But any kind of vinegar, any kind of acidity will do. Even fresh orange juice will do fine. We just prefer lemon, but if you don't have it at home, vinegar is a good substitute. Also, we like it a little bit spicy here, so we're adding hot peppers, but you don't have to. The salsa today is fresh tomatoes, scallions, cilantro. You can substitute for parsley if that's your choice. We had a little bit of red pepper left from the burger, so we incorporated it here, and the hot pepper. And so to this now, just salt and pepper, and we are ready. Today we are saving calories by not using bread, but if you have bread at home that is whole grain or whole wheat, please feel free to use it with a bean and veggie burger. Today we're going to use 2 pieces of lettuce instead of bread to save the calorie, and we're just going to plate the burger over the lettuce And we're going to top this with the pico de gallo. Look how beautiful this looks. And I am telling you, this is delicious. I hope that you enjoy when you make the recipe. Bon appetit. Here's the finished product. Let's taste this and see what it tastes like. Mmm.